Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me. Shout out to the cookers. Shout out to you for being here. And shout out to the people who dip on the replay. So we got a couple things to get into. AJ, happy Friday, hon. How you doing? Yes. Oh my goodness. We made it, y'all. We made it. I cannot wait to put my out of office message, okay? At the end of the day. I wish I could do one for my phone, but um, it's there's no way for me to. I have the same phone for clients and stuff too. So, child, I'm ready. I'm ready to have a break. I'm looking forward to it, but I want to know how you guys are doing. Oh no, sis! Oh my gosh, I was like, oh no, it's gonna kill me, girl. I'm gonna call you today, but after I get out a little early today, so I'm gonna call you today. And good morning, love. How are you feeling? Ooh, I love your picture. It's beautiful. Child, it's so much. There's so much happening. Um, yeah, shout out to my sous chef. Oh no. All right, that's my homegirl. Hey, peace, love. Good morning. Hey, beautiful. I'm listening in and out, ready to head out. Safe travels, love. Safe travels. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna break a couple of my rules today, but not too heavy. Not too heavy. We're gonna get into some good things. Yes. Oh my gosh. I know it's been a while. We have so much to catch up on. Child, girl, you had me worried. I was worried. I was like, child. But yeah. So excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Let me drink my chai tea here. Jeff drank all the coffee. Usually we'll have coffee together or he'll leave me some, but child, he was greedy today. And I got up later, so there was no coffee left. Ah, damn it. What is oh man, I hate StreamYard. StreamYard, you get on my nerves. Okay, here you go. So it's a couple things that's been going on. I forgot to put that video on members only, but I talked a little bit yesterday about some things. And yeah, I don't know. There's people are strange. That's all I'm gonna say. And the more the more you step away, the more you're like, this is a mess. There's also a full moon. Is it tonight? I think, or is it tomorrow? I know it's a Gemini full moon. So yes, girl, listen, he must be trying to fight. I was like, where's my coffee? And he has one of them Latin American coffee makers. So it makes like I love when he makes coffee because I make horrible coffee. I just think about it too hard, right? I'm a good cook. I bake good, but coffee is one of those things that I just fuck it up because I just think about it too hard. Like how many spoons of this but he makes the espresso coffee on the stovetop and it's really good, but there's not a lot of it because it's like I don't know. Is that what you? It's a Latin American coffee maker. That's how I know it's called. But child, I can't believe his ass drank all the coffee. So listen, but he's super tired too. He was mad tired. And I was like, well, I'll just make myself some chai and have some shitty coffee later. So my spoiled ass. But yeah, I for a while I wasn't drinking much coffee and now I'm back into it. Full moon on Friday. Okay, yes, get to sage. Listen, y'all got to get to sage. I told y'all, yes, on my post about if y'all notice the energy. I don't think that's just the full moon. I think there's other stuff going on, but I can't really put my finger on it. Feel free. Good morning, Slim Thick. Happy Friday. I don't know, like, yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but I think the energy is thicker than just the full moon. I think it's stuff going down, but I can't really put my finger on it. But I just felt it and I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on right now? So, ciao. Today we're gonna get into what happens when you leave a cult, okay? And we're gonna talk about some things that I observed real quick. Like I said before, in my other video, I talked about how, regardless of who I like on here or who I care for, and I don't mean care for in a human way because I don't wish bad on anybody really. I'm drinking coffee now. Hello, happy Friday. The energy is thick. Okay, see something? I'm not the only one that noticed that shit. I know y'all had to feel that because I saw the community post and I was like, yes, I'm not crazy. The energy is super thick. Child, I don't know what's going on. I don't listen. Oh no, they've been calling for you, girl. Well, I don't remember where I was, and they're always calling for oh no. Always they miss oh no, but I don't blame sis. She's like I'm out. I'm gonna do my own thing. Okay. But yes, this energy is crazy right now. So I'm excited to do some meditation tonight, do some journaling, and just kind of see what happens. Good morning, Nessa. Thanks for being here. Nessa said, "Good morning, Pressure Cooker Mods and chat, listening at work. It feels retrograde." Like, yeah. So Slim Thick, I'm so glad you said that because I was like, is there, you know how a lot of times for me, I just pay attention to full moon, new moon, but sometimes there's like conjunctions and retrogrades of different planets, right? And it feels real intense. Like it seems like a lot of shit keeps popping off to me, and I feel like a lot of people are getting caught up. That's how I feel. I don't know what else you guys see and feel, but that's one of the things I notice. I've been having weird dreams, but I don't remember. Usually, I remember my dreams, but so I've been having some strange dreams and stuff. It's just real heavy. It's real heavy. I don't know what's going on. Does anybody know if there's any other retrogrades going on? Like I know there's not Mercury retrograde, but sometimes the other planets retrograde, and I haven't looked into that, but something's going down, y'all. So we'll talk about leaving a cult and what that's like for people, and I might share a little bit about my story, and also I want to just touch on this briefly. So I said this yesterday in the video. There's some things that I saw. First of all, yes, it's very, very intense and anxiety. Up. I noticed that too. Child, make sure y'all cleaning yourself and clearing your space. Okay, use your sound bowls, whatever you need to do to reset the frequency. Good morning, Chocolate Babe. Big up. Good morning, love. Yeah. So like one of the things I saw that I really want to say, it doesn't matter if I like people or not. I don't think that shit is funny to send certain type of emails. Like I'm not a big prank person anyway. I'm not a prank person. That's just how I've always been. Like I like to laugh and stuff, but I don't like mean spirited jokes. And so to me, if you send something like that, that's really messed up. Like tricking somebody into thinking their life is in danger. I just don't understand how that's funny. I don't understand how that's funny. I don't understand. I think for me, what was shocking was how many people were cheering on and was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good gag," and I'm like, "No, it's not." Thanks for sharing, Chocolate Bay. I'm like, "No, it's not. Like that shit is not funny." And here's the other thing I want to say. I didn't say in the video. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't on here. And here's why I say this. If you receive a death threat, whether you believe it's real or fake, okay, wouldn't you try to take precautions to not get yourself harmed or people that you're with harmed? Like what the fuck are you supposed to do if you get something that indicates that somebody is threatening your life and somebody is out to get you at a specific location? Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you're like, I don't give a F. I'm going to go anyway. I'm gangster. I'm gully. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, you would think it over and you would possibly cancel or change your plans or do something. You would take some type of action. That's number 2. Okay. 1, if you're gangster and you're gully and you're like, okay, I'm just made of steel and can't nobody touch me. Okay, I could throw fireballs out of my hands and shit. Thank you. See, I know the cookers got sense. I know y'all got sense, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are all flesh and blood, okay? It don't matter what type of spiritual gifts you got. That's what the fuck's supposed to happen in my Cat Williams voice. You're supposed to think and pause, especially if you have children, if you have things to live for. So again, people make their hate for people, they don't think. That's what's supposed to happen. They're supposed to cancel the trip. What's the other alternative? Notify the authorities. Get some security. But is it really that deep? You're not a government official. You're a fucking YouTuber. Who's going to get bodyguards to go fly into Baltimore, okay, after they got death threats to do YouTube coverage? I'm saying this like this on purpose because I want you to hear how dumb it sounds. Okay. So people are disingenuous because they act like they sitting up there in the Bloods or the Crips and shit, and you know, and even them, they're smart. They're not. They know how to move. There's no way somebody's gonna get a death threat. And you got people being like, I knew they were punks. I knew they were, Pete. And I'm like, you're dumb. Like, what would you do if you got an email like that? Would you seriously risk your life and not seeing your kid so you could go report on some F-ish on YouTube? Okay, Slim Thick, say it again. All right. Most cities, if you're not from there, you don't want to F around with people. You don't know who could roll up on you. And you need to know where you're going. Okay. You don't know who's connected where. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, to me, it bothered me that people were laughing. That people were like, yeah, they're so, they're punks. Sure, you could. The only thing I said is like they probably wasn't gonna go to begin with because they scammers. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say that because I don't think the one person's a scammer. I don't know his activities, but I know the one person. Okay, the coffee lady definitely, okay, has repeatedly done scams. Okay, definitely. So I wanted to say that, like, I will never. I don't scare easily, but you have to have street smarts and you have to have your wits about you. Okay. And I don't care who wants to call me punk ass bitch and all this stupid shit. If I'm going somewhere and I got information, whether it was fake or not, I'm gonna take action. I'm going to take action. And you have to consider what is at risk. If your whole life is at risk, this is how I know some of these people, they don't got shit going on. Because you expect these people to come on here and be like, I'm gonna go anyway. That's not even the first threat. They're the coffee lady got a threat that somebody's gonna beat her ass. I knew she was scared. She don't got to come on here and say that. Of course you're scared. You don't know what's gonna happen. So between that and then hearing you're gonna have a threat on your life, even though it was fake, that shit is not funny, guys. If you got that, you would shit your pants. That is not funny. And I want to encourage y'all to think about stuff before we laugh about it. Okay? Even if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to, those aren't things that I would laugh about at all. I'm just keeping it real. Like, that shit is not funny. Let me read these comments. I wouldn't be showing up for YouTube ish. That's crazy. Exactly, Slim Thick. Exactly. Oh no, said Presha will be making yesterday's live members only. Yes, thank you. Oh no, I need to remember to do that. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do so after the live, or even better, purchase membership. Thanks. Oh no, thank you, sis. But yeah, like, I don't know. It didn't sit well with me. People online will encourage you to do a whole bunch of mess that would never do themselves. Exactly, AJ. And that's the thing that I try to remember. What would I do in real life? If this is not some shit I would say or do in real life, why would I do it? Why would I behave like this? That's how you keep yourself accountable. Okay. And I've said this before. One of the best definitions I've heard of integrity is what you do when nobody's looking. Good morning, Moments with Muffy. Thanks for being here. What do you do when nobody's looking? Okay. That's integrity. And so that's why I just want to say, like, don't celebrate that shit. Okay. That shit is not funny. Okay. To be making fake death threats to people. I don't even know if that's legal, to be honest. I really don't know. I don't even know if that's legal. Okay. So yeah. And like I said, you're damned if you do. If they went, people would have been like, they're dumb. She's a horrible mother. She don't care about her child. And then if you don't go, you're a punk pussy ass B. It's just dumb. Don't live for these people on here. Be yourself and live your life. Because there are people that are determined to not like you. And it doesn't matter. You can't do anything to make them like you. You can't. And this is for everybody. You cannot do stuff to make people like you. People either like you or they don't. Okay. One thing I heard Brian say the other day that stood out to me, somebody had threatened to unsubscribe. And he was like, people unsubscribe every day. He was like, go ahead. And it's crazy. Like, sometimes you have to think about it like that. Sometimes you have to think about it like, if people can do whatever they want. Hey, good morning, Uncle Shug. Buy this book, family. Hypothalamously Speaking, written by Uncle Shug. I didn't know you were an author, Uncle Shug. What is that about? Just drop a few things. It sounds like it's some neuro stuff. But yeah, so anyway, be careful what you think is funny and what you laugh at. I also believe in karma. Okay. You don't got to believe in karma. Okay. But karma believes in you. And that's just the kind of shit I don't want to play with. I would never play like that. So I don't understand why that's funny. Anyway, the other thing is, what was the other thing in there that I talked about? When people share their stories, we have to be careful about how we, even if it's public, like there's sensitivity about people's stories and stuff. And we got to be careful how we take those stories and not run with them, but just like, we don't want to become like exploitative with people's stories, right? So if somebody shares something personal, and you want to be there to support them, that's different. But like, I just want to caution people when people, and this is just for the community at large, this isn't about any one person. When people share stories, especially traumatic stories, let them share their story. Let them share their story. Let them decide who needs to know. Let them decide how far and what detail they want to go in. And I also want to say this, people, I really am not a fan of people just coming on here, all willy-nilly and sharing deep trauma. It is your prerogative, but I think you should have a purpose. When you share your story about trauma, I think it should have a purpose. And the reason why I say that is otherwise, overexposure sometimes could be a sign of undealt trauma. So you cannot share, right? Which is not healthy either. And then some people overexpose their trauma. So they're constantly like reminding us of all the horrible things that happened to them. It's not that we don't care. It's that, number one, that could be re-traumatizing to somebody else. Okay. So some of us have to think about that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't share your story. You just need to think about that. And number two, some people avoid by overexposing. So they might be talking about their trauma, but they're not really processing it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, that's something to think about as well. Don't think just because you're able to share your story that it's a way that you are dealing with your trauma. Some people hide behind the gory details of their trauma and they never process it. They never work on it. They never really find any type of healing, so I just want to say that. Slimtic said that's it, trying to go above and beyond, want to make them love you. Exactly. You like, don't do that shit. And if you're going to do that shit, y'all better do that and not that this isn't real life, but like be that to the people in your physical life. Cause at least you can see them, you can hug them, you can shake their hand, you can sit with them. You could talk to them on the phone. Like, don't let internet personalities make you become something that you're not. And it's very important because listen, one of the things I've learned is you can't please everybody. I'm not talking about disagreements. People are going to disagree. There's like, y'all know, I welcome people to disagree with me. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh yeah, if you don't believe what I believe, blocked. That's very immature. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the next layer of things, right? And some people just aren't gonna like you. Like, just be yourself. You can't make everybody happy. You just have to be your authentic self, and they're either gonna roll with you or they're not, and that's their choice. It's not even terrible if they choose to not roll with you. Maybe you're not for them. We all got to figure out what's for us. Okay. Ono said, Uncle Shook, good morning. Muffy said, real life situations just aren't funny at all. It's not. I don't think that shit is funny at all. And that's why I'm scratching my head. I'm like, why are so many people thinking this is funny? Like, if the shoe was on the other foot, I swear, let's say it was somebody that they liked. This is how hypocritical people are. They'd be on here, oh my gosh, we got to call the FBI. we gotta do this, that, that's what people would be doing. And that's why I'm saying it's fake. That's why it's there's a lot of people I pull away from, because it's like, some people really don't mean you well at the end of the day. And I know that's a big statement. I'm not talking about a lot of people, but some people don't mean you well. And you have to decipher the people who are only here. If you're only entertainment for somebody, they don't give a shit if you get hurt. They don't care what happens to you. They're like, those are things you have to think about. And if you, I just study people in the chat, and I'm like, oh, 1 minute you're over here talking about you feel sorry for this person and this, that, and the third. And the next minute you're laughing when somebody got a death threat. Pay attention to those type of people. What is like, that's not making sense to me. It's not. Something's at me either, because everybody doesn't respect your trauma. No. And I'm very protective with people's stories. Like, I remember on my old channel, this is a video I wish I still had. I did a what is it? Overcoming sexual abuse, or it was very specific. I'd like to do other trauma related healing videos, but they take a lot of planning. And I remember, I think I said in the video a couple times, I think I said to people like, this is not a place, you know, I'm trying to think how I said it, because you don't want people to think they can't share their stories, because sharing a story can be healing. But I didn't want people overexposing their trauma, especially on this platform, because people will support you and honor you, and then there's assholes who will take that and then they throw it back in your face. That's why you got molested when you were 5. Like, I've heard people say stupid shit like that, and it makes me want to punch them in their throat. Like, that's how I feel about it. You know, I remember one person who I had prior associations with. This is in the very beginning of our whatever, not relationship, but whatever professional association. They had made a joke about rape, and about, they like posted some image of some man walking into a room with a woman in the bed, and the woman looked terrified. And they posted this to their wall, and this was supposed to be funny. And me, I don't have any regrets about how I handled. Okay, AJ, I'm just going to put this up here. I'm just going to put this on the screen so people can see. That's the reaction you're supposed to have. And I'll get back to the other comments. I'm just going to leave AJ's reaction up here, okay? Because that was how I felt. Okay, so me, like idiot, I wrote something on the person's wall, and it's not that I'm an idiot, but it's like, I didn't know who I was dealing with. I didn't know the vile, like, wicked person I was dealing with. I'm like, oh yeah, we on a panel together. You know, we're ladies. We're mature. This bitch wasn't mature. She put that shit up there, and then I wrote in her comments, you should take this down. This could be very triggering for people, baby. And I'm thinking, like, that was the first thing I thought. My second thing was, I'm a fucking trauma therapist. Like, I just got myself into a relationship with somebody who thinks rape and molestation is funny. Like, I'm fucked. Like, I was like, this is crazy. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Peace, love. Exactly. So I was like, whoa. And so I wrote, because that's the type of person I am. Like, listen, everybody is my equal on here. You're not bigger and better than me. You're just another human being. Okay. So I'm just going to write. I wrote it respectfully. I think you should take this down. This could be very triggering for people. Right. This is the type of people I'm used to dealing with. I could say to them as an adult, hey, you know, whatever. I don't know what you intended for this, but this is how I feel. Baby, the next day the person did a live. And then they tried to act like they didn't know I was the one that wrote that. It said it clearly in the comment section, the pressure cooker. Then they said, she tried to make it seem like somebody told her this, right? That she got wind of it secondhand. And like, yeah, you know, they said people are triggered. They must not know how we get down over here. And this is like, I'm going from memory. They must not know how we get down over here. If you get triggered, this might not be the place for you. Because I had just subscribed to the person. I'm like, oh, they're a panel member. I'm going to subscribe to them. You know, I'm going to support them. And I heard that response. That should have been my first clue. See, this is the thing. I give people the benefit of the doubt. And that was the first clue. That should have been my first clue that I should have got the fuck out of Dodge. Okay. Because if I had to write on there that this is fucked up, and you went live to say, I heard people were triggered. This is what I'm talking about, direct communication. These hoes don't know nothing about direct communication. They want you to drop a nasty piece of video and cuss them out because that's the only way they know how to engage. No, I wrote it on your wall, sweetie. Why are you pretending like you don't know who wrote that? And she did this live, and that you don't know how we get down over here, but she was like kind of tentative. She was holding herself back, and I can tell from the pressure in her voice she wanted to go in on me, but she didn't. And looking back, I don't think it had anything to do with the conscience. I think it's because she knows we're now on this thing together. I can't like blast her. This is going to look bad. But then after studying that person and how they move after that, I realized this is this person. This person would make fun of rape and molestation. What the fuck kind of person is that? Trash. Okay. So anyway, be careful about sharing your trauma on here, because people will take it and they will run with it, and then they will make their own version of it. And you don't know what they're going to say to you. You don't know what they're going to say to you. Okay. That can add a whole nother layer of trauma. Okay. Whole nother layer of trauma. I'm gonna share something personal with y'all. Okay. And I don't even think I was able to share this much before. I probably told like one person about it. Now, when I was in undergrad, I had became friends with these group of people. Okay. And this was my first group of friends at that school. Didn't really realize who I was fucking with, right? They were kind of just not good people, right? Anyway, most people present their good side. So this person was very controlling. And so I started to pull away. Once that side of them started to surface, I was like, oh no, I just left a crazy church. I'm not trying to look for I don't need no new cult leaders. So I pulled away. The person got upset. And in a verbal altercation, okay, this person knew about my trauma. This person then exclaimed, okay, now mind you, I am bigger than this person, okay, like in body mass. This person's like, I'm 5'3", she got to be like 5'1", but she was like skinny, like tiny woman, tiny girl, right? And another person was standing next to her, and she said to me, and I remember snapping. I remember I lunged at her, and I'll tell you exactly how it went down. This bitch, while we were arguing, okay, she went gutter, and she was like, yeah, and that story you told me, I bet you liked it. Baby, when I tell you everything turned to a different color, I don't remember what color it is, honey, but I lunged at her, and the other girl, who was like taller and bigger than her, pulled her back, right, to protect her from me. And then this dumb bitch is going to be like, yeah, hold me back, hold me back. She was like, hold me back, not realizing, no, girl, somebody needs to hold me back because I'm fitting to kill you. Because you just said something that was just the dirtiest thing I ever heard from somebody who pretended to care about something that I shared personally. So this is what I'm saying. You got to be careful who you tell your story to. And you have to be in a place where you're ready. No matter what you hear, it's your story. It's your story first. And that's why I don't like when other people share other people's stories without their permission, even if it's public. Don't get on here and talk about so-and-so's trauma, okay, as though you know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just messed up. But anyway, baby, when I tell you I lunged at that girl, okay, and they tried to, yeah, she had no idea, because I was fitting to unleash the dragon on her ass, okay? That's back when I had anger issues. It's good that her friend was there, because I might have ended up with charges, okay? That was my unbridled anger back then. All right. I didn't go to therapy then. Okay. I didn't have the life lessons that I have now. She would have been hurt. Anyway, so I wanted to share that story with you, because you got to be careful, especially on social media. There's very little to no accountability. It is hard to hold people accountable for their actions. So be careful and protect your own information. If you choose to share it, you share it, and it's yours. And you tune out the other bullshit and immature people, okay? Because there are people on here who one day they will kiss your ass and they will high five you, and they'll be like, hey girl, and the next minute they're writing nasty things about the same things they've supported you on and encouraged you on. They will write nasty things about those things that they know about you. So be prepared. Me either, because everybody doesn't respect your trauma. Exactly. If it's your test, it's not your testimony. Okay, just don't. I usually try to ask people if they mind me sharing heavy issues with them if it's not a part of our conversation. Same here, Slim Thick. Same here. Good morning, Andrea. Thanks for being here. Good morning, love. Same here. And we have to like be aware of that because again, sometimes we don't know what other people have been through, right? So very, very important. People try to find love and acceptance on social media. They sure do, Chocolate Bay. They sure do. Okay. So anyway, I just want to say that about people's stories. We can support them, but protect them in the ways that you can. The post that I did, like, somebody requested information, which I thought was a really good request of information, but I didn't put the person's name in the post. Okay. I didn't even want to put, I don't even think I put their gender in there because first of all, I don't want to send people there and they get triggered. If people choose to go there, that's fine. And second of all, like, that's that person's story. Okay. I don't get to co-opt that story for clicks and views. It's just not right. Okay. So that's how I feel about it. But again, I have a different responsibility in what I do. So I look at things a little differently sometimes. Everybody thinks about things differently, doesn't mean it's wrong. So those are the pieces that I wanted to talk about. I also want to talk a little bit about what it's like for people to leave a cult. And so just kind of like a domestic violence relationship, when people leave cults, depending on the nature of the cult and the intensity of it, it could be a very dangerous time for the person. And danger doesn't always have to be physical. It could be emotional or psychological. And you have to think about, what does this person get from the cult? So I'll give you an example, which some of you will be very familiar with. I don't have to name names, but, part of why I made that post about some people want to be scammed, it might sound insensitive and it might sound like, well, damn. But the backstory behind that is some people are fully aware of what somebody's capable of, even if they're not admitting to themselves that this is the actions that the person's taken. They've seen that person run a bunch of stuff. Okay, so if you have doubts, we try to give people the benefit of doubt. Let's say you see something happen once, you're like, okay, whatever. You see something happen twice, maybe you're generous. You're like, okay. After that point, if this person starts to collect stories of a lot of F-ish and scammery, okay, you're dumb for fucking with that person. You're dumb for giving them money, okay? You're dumb for being anything more than entertained by that individual. Because there's like, if you choose to be entertained by them, that's fine. There's not really a lot of harm in that. But for a lot of these people, it's deeper than that. It's deeper. The attention that they get, we all want to be acknowledged. We all want to be noticed. We all, might desire love or acceptance. All of those things are normal for a human being. But how we go about getting those things, or how we think we're accepting those things, is another layer. It's a whole nother layer to it. And so when I see people willing to give up parts of themselves and to make themselves look foolish, I mean, if you don't believe me, pay attention after anything significant happens with particular people who I believe are running cults, okay, internet cults. Pay attention to the comment section and how much ass kissing, but it's not just ass kissing. It's like denial. Let me change that. It's not ass kissing. Pay attention to the level of denial that happens to these people in the chat. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, somebody wrote something that wasn't even rude. It was just facts. And it was an opposition and challenging what the person said. And the people in the comments zoned in on that person, didn't even respond to what they said, but just started to attack them. That's another way when you hit a chord and when it's true. See, because they're not even responding to what you're saying. They're coming with ad hominem attacks. So when I did that post the other day, I had somebody, it was a troll page. I think I know who it was, but I'm not going to say, because that person is blocked and some of their troll pages are blocked. So this is probably one of their 50-11 troll pages. So a troll dropped down and said, yeah, just like you were a Jew girl for da-da-da-da-da. And I'm thinking, like, first of all, my post is about scamming and cults. What the fuck does this? I told y'all, they always go back to the CPS story. Baby, it's 2021. It's about to be 2022. Okay, I got my planner for 2022. And niggas is talking about shit that happened in 2018. If you didn't lose that fight, I don't know what happened. You're always going to lose when you don't even have anything relevant. If you're in a debate and the only thing you can come up with is shit that happened years ago, you've lost, sweetie. You've lost. So I just deleted and blocked them. But I'm thinking, like, you didn't even address the topic that I wrote about in this post. You went straight to da 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 and this that. And I'm thinking, like, oh, this person's really hurt. Like, they're really bothered by what I wrote. Who would be bothered by that? It's the truth. It's absolutely truth. Like, these people constantly give money to people. And it's one thing if you're just donating, that's none of my business. Who gives a shit? But if you're donating for a specific reason and that reason has changed, it's the ethical thing to give people their money back. If people say, look, I don't want it back, then that's great. That's great for you. But you should offer the money back. You solicited donations for a specific cause. You did. These people didn't say, hey, we want to do this for you. We want to do this, No, you came up here and you didn't even have an itinerary. You didn't even have a list of things that you needed the money for. You just came up here dry begging. And I knew this shit was going to go down like this because I've seen it happen a lot of times in other ways, and these people were actually in the chat, like, saying, and in the comment section of the post saying, oh yeah. And I'm thinking, like, wow, this is so, like, you are in deep. And so it made me think about what happens to these people when they leave. Now we have a public example of somebody who's left, right? Like two of the cults, okay? And we kind of see how sometimes people unravel. Some people are able to kind of bounce back and get their footing. And then other people, they're kind of just like always diving for acceptance and trolling for attention. Like, and I don't have to say names. Y'all figure it out. And you can apply whatever example you want. It doesn't even have to be the examples I'm using. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, these people, it's like they never recover. Some of these people never recover, if they're content creators, right? If they're subscribers, you have to imagine that when you're attached to something like that, you're going to feel some heavy feels when you leave. Like, it's going to be hard to leave, even if you know it's the right thing to do. Okay. You're going to feel some heavy feels, and we're going to get into that. Slim Thick said, I would just send the money back the same electronic way it was sent. Facts, Slim Thick. There didn't need to be a conversation. Amen. But see, that's what, when you're dealing with scammers and people who like to mind F you, that's why that wording, and I think Jay Wilson did a good job at breaking down the wording. He get on my nerves, but I'll give him props for that video. Okay. He did a good job breaking down the wording in that video, because a lot of times there's so much psychological manipulation. And if you're an ethical person, and I said this with the other thing that happened before with the vacation thing, you don't need people to come and ask you for that. You're like, some people, like a lot of people aren't even good with money. And this is what I mean by that. They're not good at talking about money. Okay. I'm the type of person, I'm going to just give you money instead of loaning it to you, because if I loan you a significant amount of money and you don't pay my ass back and you don't even mention it, I'm not talking about like $10, $50. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if I loan you a significant amount of money and you don't even have the decency to be like, hey, I don't have it right now, or I'm going to need to pay you on parts and shit, I'm going to be upset. And I'm never going to ask you for it because it's money, right? Like, I am not good with, I don't like to ask people back for money. My first thing is going to be, you don't have it. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You don't have it. Okay. And then my next thing is, if a long time is gone, maybe you forgot, or you just don't give a shit. And if I've determined you don't give a shit, I'm still going to be friends with you, but you're never going to get another dime from me unless it's a gift. So I've stopped. I only gift people if it's a significant amount of money. Unless you tell me I'm going to have it back to you next week, I only gift people money because I don't like money coming in between me and my relationships. Okay. Like, I just don't like that. If it's a family member, sometimes I have those rules. Sometimes I don't. It depends on the family member. If it's like my sister or my mom, I'm not going to sweat them because I know when they have it, they'll give it back to me. And sometimes I'll be like, don't worry about it. Right. We do that with each other. But if it's another family member, I might just give it to them because that's just how I am with money. Like I don't want it to come between me and other people. So that is the number one thing. Some people will not ask you back for the money because they might not look at it as a business transaction, even though it is. Okay. This is a business transaction. You're not friends with these people. They're not your family members. Like they paid you for a service. You didn't do it. You need to give them back to it. Okay. You said we were going to go on this trip and this was going to happen. We're going to eat crab legs and we're going to watch this movie and you canceled the trip. You shouldn't be waiting for people to ask back for your money. You should be giving their money back to people. Okay. And if you lost money because of the pandemic, then you say, oh, I'm going to give you a partial refund because I already put money into this menu or whatever, something. But this is how seasoned scammers hide behind their words. Something so we always used to make you feel part of the group. It gives false sense of ownership. This is up there and I want this to stay up there because this is huge. Okay. It makes you feel part of the group and it gives you a false sense of ownership. And yes, it does. Okay. When you hear people say things like there's nothing wrong with using we sometimes, but depending on who and how they're using it, sometimes that's meant to be manipulative. We're going places. Okay. Are you cutting them a check? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, watch out for people like that. There's nothing wrong with the word we, depending on the context, but sometimes it's meant to be manipulative. Pay attention to those people. Pay attention to how they use words. Okay. And a lot of times people will play dumb and they're not dumb at all. Okay. That is your first mistake. Okay. Some people are not as dumb as they look or behave. All right. You will get sucked in. So this is very significant right here. That is the biggest reason why people join and don't leave, because that sense of being a part of, feeling sense of ownership, feeling a part of the group, feeling important, is very intoxicating for a lot of people. And so they're not going to want to leave. Then you have to think about what happens when you leave. What happens when you leave? Some people get ostracized. Some people get shunned. Okay. They talk about you. Malcolm X talked about the we and the they. Ooh, child. I need to go back and listen to some of his speeches and lectures because that is real shit. Okay. You got to pay attention to how people are doing that. Okay. If you join a co-op, you're usually paying in with a membership, and every year they'll cut you a check. It might be small. It might be like $100, or something like that. But you're getting an equity check. So that we is appropriate. What are you getting? Like depending on what, there's not always money, but what are you getting for you to be using we? Okay. If you say we're having a live or we're going to have fun, that's appropriate. Okay. We're going play. Like sometimes I just doubt some of that wording. Hey, Benj, good morning. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Oh no. Happy weekend, everyone. Yes. I'm so glad Oh no is here. Child, I'll be missing me some Oh no. And it's just like, you gotta watch that. Let me tell you something, because I'm gonna say this too. Because a lot of people been stealing Oh no shit. Okay. Oh no did a very famous video. Okay. And it has something, just type in Oh no Jezebel. Okay. I only heard one person recently give her credit for that, and it was 7 stars. But people stay stealing her shit. And I'm not saying she came up with like that concept, but she did a whole in-depth video about that. Watch that video. Because you got one of the things that pisses me off about people on here, they don't give credit. They take people's shit and they run with it and act like it's the original idea. And that irritates me. Okay. Because the written equivalent to that is plagiarism. Okay. But anyway, I just had to say that. But Andrea said, yes, Brother Malcolm did at Oh no a whole speech about it. Oh, I'm going to look it up. Good morning, Red Vines and Popcorn. So be careful about those manipulative tactics. Because it's meant to keep you blinded. They don't like people who ask questions. Okay. You're encouraged to not ask questions. See, just the whole way that whole post was written was manipulative. We would like, okay, to give you your money back, bitch. You hit refund. That's what you do. You hit refund. It's very simple. It's very simple. And here's the other thing I'm going to say to people. Excuse me. See, I don't sell products on here, but from getting into my own business and, like whatever, charging people for services and stuff, you better have a record of shit. I don't care if you're selling beanies, candles. I hope you guys are keeping records. Well, not to, well, first of all, for tax purposes, okay. For tax purposes, you should. Um, but I hope people are keeping track of things, because if you're not keeping track of things, how will you know how much to refund somebody? How? How will you know, like this? And this is what I'm saying. Sometimes I think about this because I'm like, number one, you already have the intention, nothing's like these. I'm not going to give these people their money back. You track stuff, you figure out what date did this person do this. I've gone through many versions of tracking my finances as it relates to my business, because I just keep trying to make it more and more efficient and easy for me to find stuff. Okay. In the beginning, I only had a couple clients because I was still had a main job. So I had paper receipts. That did not last very long once I started to grow. Who got time for that shit? Okay. So I went to an automated system. Like you gotta be able, pay attention to these people's business ethics. See, people love running up on here, and I got a business and la 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 la. Like it's like you need to be ethical if people need to get their shit back. What if somebody gets something and it's damaged? There's just a lot of things that can happen. So I don't know, like, are you tracking stuff? When you have a specific event, you should be tracking. When you're saying you're putting an event on, you should have a whole, at the very least, an Excel spreadsheet with names and how much people deposited and stuff like that. That's weird. Hey, good morning, Just Blaze. Andrea Malcolm went in. Oh, I'm gonna listen to that lecture today. Oh, yes, I am. It's crazy. People will get your ass. And this is another reason. So I'm gonna talk about this. I'll tell you a story, another personal story. So I think I might have shared this before, but I don't know how much detail I went into. So I used to go to this Pentecostal church when I was like a teenager or something, right? And it's a very complicated story. There's different versions of that church. There's one in Jamaica, just straight from hell. Okay. And they got a very tight grip on people. And anybody who knows Pentecostals, baby, they are some of the most intense, rigid, fundamental people that walk the face of the earth. Okay. So, there's not a lot of wiggle room for anything. Some of them don't even like different versions of the Bible. So I don't remember how old I was. And at some point I decided, look, I need to get up out of here. And I peacefully left, and I sat the pastor down and I said, hey, I'm leaving. Thank you for everything or whatever. And, good luck. I didn't even have to do that. I could have just left, but I did it out of respect. Child, other people left around the same time. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't say, hey, girl, hey, boy, we should get up out of here. They just decided to leave. If they wanted to be a follower or whatever, that's whatever. I don't have nothing to do with that. Mine in my small space. Happy Friday, sister. So, those some of those people left and were messy. They were talking shit, and that's fine. Like it's their story. You know what I'm saying? So then I had a friend tell me who still went to the church. Hey, and I'm gonna say his name because I'm not protecting people anymore. Pastor Brown was telling the young people in the church not to hang out with you. See, I want y'all to catch this because this is super duper cults. Like, this is like a huge example of a cult. Not all cults are going to present as cults, and you might not even think about it. People think of the capes and hoods and stuff. Pay attention to the signs. That's what's going to clue you in. It's not normal for somebody to leave a place peacefully or at all, and the leader of the place is saying to other people, don't hang out with so-and-so. Okay. No reason at all. Just don't hang out because, she left. So a friend told me this, a male friend told me this and was like, yeah, he had a meeting with us, the young people, and he said this and he said that. I don't remember all the things that he said, but I knew that it was a lie because I left, and I'd like literally left in peace. Like, did I even start? I think I started going. So I don't remember. I don't remember where I was going then. I might have just taken a break. And my mom was still going there. That's a whole nother story. One day I'll tell you all that. So I heard that I've always been a very outspoken person. Okay. Always. I've always been a little spicy. I'm shy too. I could be very shy, but once I got into my spicy phase, that part of me has stayed. Okay. So I called him again. See, if I, I just want to go back to the story I told earlier, because people on YouTube, it amazes me that they think I have a reason to not address them personally. Pastor Brown was doing the absolute fucking most. Oh no. Yes, he was, girl. Oh, wait till I'm not going to talk about it today, but he did some other stuff. He did a whole bunch of other stuff that y'all would be like, remember that face that AJ made earlier? Baby, it's going to shake you to your core, but we're going to get into that some other time. Okay. So Pastor Brown was running his mouth, popping cash money shit and talking about me. And I think my sister had also left. And that's another thing. Don't fuck with my family. Okay. I can talk shit about them, but you don't get to talk about them. Okay. Unless you're like a bestie or something or whatever. Okay. So he was like, I'm very protective over my family. I might be horrible at staying in contact with them, but don't fuck with my family. So he was like, I called his ass. I called him and I was very calm. And now remember, this is back when I had anger issues. So I'm doing very well here. I'm not cussing him out. Like I was very calm. Plus, I guess I was more religious back then, so I wouldn't have cussed him out anyway. Child, I called Pastor Brown. I said, Pastor Brown, I said very calmly, I heard you were talking about me and my sister. So he just kind of like, you could tell he was shook on the other end. I said, yeah, I heard you were telling people not to hang out with us. And so he was like, so they call everybody sister so-and-so. They'll call you usually sister so-and-so by your first name or sister so-and-so by your last name. So he was like, sister so-and-so. So he listened, peep game. Okay. Peep game. He said, did you call me to tell me off, sister so-and-so? And I said, I'm not telling you off. I just want to know why you're talking. Notice I didn't say, did you? Because I know he did it. This person is first of all, this was a guy and he's not gossipy. So I know if this guy comes and tells me this shit went down. He's not messy. He was never been a messy person. He's never been a bone carrier. Okay. So I know this shit went down. Did you call me to tell me off, sister so-and-so? I said, no, I want to know why you're talking about me and my sister when we left peacefully. We had a meeting. We told you we were leaving. I haven't said anything to anybody. I haven't told people not to come. I'm very hurt that you would do this. Notice that he did not deny that he said this. Then he changed the subject again and said, so are you calling me a liar? I still remember this conversation very clearly. Very clearly. So I said to him calmly, you said it. Bum, he hung up the phone. So I calmly called him back. I said, hey, Pastor Brown, did you just hang up the phone on me? He said, well, you were calling me a liar. I said, no, I didn't call you a liar. You said, are you calling me a liar? And I said, you said it. So he hung up the phone again. He was so mad. See, this is a man that's very misogynistic. He's not used to people challenging him. He's definitely not used to women like standing up to him. Okay. And plus he's Jamaican. So that's a whole nother layer. And I love my people, but it's just a whole nother layer to it. Right. So he really thought, hey, Miss Venus, hey, Miss Alfreda, he really thought I was going to let him get away with this shit. Like I called him and confronted his ass and was like, bruh, I heard you was talking shit about me, minus the curse word. Like, I can tell nobody confronted him before. Nobody and he's a very hard-headed man. And, he just ramped up the shit talking since then. I ignored his ass. I didn't, I just wanted him to know, don't play with me. Don't keep my name out of your mouth. Okay. I think I might have said something like that to him before he hung up again. Okay, I always brought the pressure, bench. Okay, I had to learn how to tune it down. Okay, that's why I had to take my ass to therapy, sitting on somebody's couch because I was angry. Okay, and he didn't even get angry tomorrow. Okay, he got respectful because I don't disrespect my elders. Even if you piss me off, I'm not going to disrespect you. Okay, he's lucky he didn't. Because see, I would never give him that satisfaction. If he's already talking shit about me, Me calling him, raising my voice, and all this other stuff is not going to help. He's just going to run back and tell people that I was disrespectful. And I think he did anyway. I think he went and said I was disrespectful just because I called him and confronted him like an adult. I was more of an adult than he was, and I was a teenager. See, after what the stuff that I've been through as a kid, I was like, ain't nobody fitting to walk over me. Okay. Not a pastor, not a priest. Okay. Nobody. So his ass didn't know what was coming. And, you know, yeah, I left and it was done. And it's been history since then. I don't fuck with those people. Hey, Tiffany J. And this is why I say it's because I feel like I've been in my real life own cult experience. This is why I see people, you make excuses, especially, oh, don't let there be a spiritual angle. If there's a spiritual angle, then it's more dangerous because you're more blinded. You're more blinded by, what you think is a greater cause. Okay. Thank you. Oh no, you're blinded. And so you got people sprinkling in different things. They know who to appeal to. They know, what they got to say. They know how they got to attract people. Okay. And you have to be careful for that stuff. Just watch it. If you're paying attention, this is my favorite thing. So I don't know the details of this story, but I know that something happened last night, I think on Jay Wilson's channel. I don't know what, like something about Tasha K. And because I only know because Brian made a post about it. Watch and see if you're not going to see this person come out, the jealous one, talking about some, hey, so-and-so, hey, cult folks, we have this opportunity and we're going to higher places. They're always like trying to say things in a grandiose way to make it seem like they're doing bigger, better things than people. And then really find out why going. Because them not going about nothing. Them not doing nothing. They just like to say that to make people jealous and to make people think, like, even sometimes I'll see stuff in the post and I'm like, oh, we're trending. And I'm like, nobody's talking about you. People are talking about so-and-so today. Like, just people are so self-absorbed with themselves and with like whatever running their cult. It's like they have to do this. That's how they do. What is it? Is that the rally cry? Like, it's just to boost morale. You know what I'm saying? Like, before people go out and give their lives on fighting and shit, they gotta hype you up. Sometimes there's music, sometimes so you just get distracted by the fact that you're finna get your head chopped off or you might get shot, okay, in this battle. So that hypes people up to go do stupid shit. Exactly. It's gonna see. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. We on the same wavelength. It's gonna be a one up. It's gonna be a one up that they're gonna pull out their ass and talk about some. Oh, the aliens came down and they want to work with us. Yes, we about to join the Galactic Federation. It's gonna be outrageous. Just watch. Just pay attention. Pay attention. Okay. So yeah. So watch out for these damn cults, okay? And when people leave, it's very hard. That's why you see people. Thank you, Tiffany. Have a good day, sis. Please check out Tiffany's channel. She does dope commentary. I love her commentary. Makes you think, okay? And you learn some stuff too. So please check out her channel. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me how people miss the signs. And sometimes they're subtle. See, people will long stroke you. Okay. This person is smart enough. One of these particular cults, there's a couple of them, but one of these particular cults is very good with the long stroke. Very good with it. And they're not dumb. They know that they know, hey, Pillow Talk. Hey, oh, that's another good channel. Pillow Talk with Faye. Hey girl, chopping out the bushes. Say, hey there, Presha. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Okay, I go get my education on. Run to Tiffany's channel. So, so like this particular person knows how to long stroke people. So she's not gonna come out and just do something drastic. Okay, it's a buildup. Everybody has different tactics. Some people will do like if they have an established enough cult situation, they can come out here and do drastic things, and people will follow. They're gonna put their shoes on, they're gonna put on their coats, and they're gonna go. Okay, but everybody has, hey Benzone, everybody has their different tactics of how they maintain regulation and control of the group that they're overseeing. All right, and y'all thought it was a game, y'all thought it was a joke. Okay, see, I wish there's a couple videos I wish I had from my old channel, and the cult one was one of them. because I think that hit home for a lot of people. A lot, see, people, because people read and drag and kiki on here. Everything is not a read and a drag, guys. There's some things that we say, it's facts. And I said we because it's not just me. There's other people who see it for what it is. Okay, there's other people who see it for what it is. We just talk about it differently. Okay, like we be trying to warn people, but like I said in that damn post, there's people who are in relationships that are toxic, and sometimes they don't leave until it's too late or they can't leave. Okay, sometimes and one thing I know, nobody else could tell them when to leave. They're gonna, you could tell them, girl, I'm worried, something's gonna happen to you. I'm worried something's gonna happen to the kids, because it's just not that simple. Thank you, Benzone. Thanks for being here. Some people just, they're not gonna. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. I had a family member. Okay, I want to protect their identity, who was in a domestically violent relationship, and another family member called the police on the person who hurt them. And so thank God for that, because then that person got arrested for the night and that person had a break. And then they went to court, and the victim dropped the charges. And the judge said to the victim, look, so and so, I hope I never see you in here again for this. And matter of fact, you might not even make it back here. The judge was honest and real with them, and that's a good judge. Okay. And I remember I was a kid, I was just a teenager. And I found out about this story. It is that deep. Okay. Now, maybe with the internet cult, you don't got to worry about losing your life to physical violence, but there's a lot more at stake. And see, people underestimate your psychological health. Okay. If your psychological health is jacked up, assuming you have food, water, and shelter, you're just not going to be your best self. So if somebody gets kicked out of a cult or leave a cult, do y'all remember? I'm not going to name any names. Okay. I don't see them as a cult anymore because they've disbanded. Okay. The leader is not here. But with that particular leader, when they were running things business as usual, their style was to humiliate people. They loved kicking people out. That was one of her control tactics. See, this is what I'm saying. There's different types of leadership. That person ruled with an iron fist. They would publicly humiliate you, take them out of here. It was the worst type of blocking you can expect. Blocking shouldn't be that big of a deal. This person would make a public spectacle and humiliate these people. And this is how I know that they had this. This is how I know this was a cult leader for sure. Because people would, after she humiliated them, they would beg to come back. They would pay money to get back into the group, guys. See, some of the cults that we see now, they're just a watered down version of that person. It's all unhealthy. But they want to be like, they modeled their things, but they just learned to use a little bit more honey than vinegar. That's what I'm going to say. The current operating cult leaders have learned to use a little bit more honey than vinegar. So that's the reason why I think they've gotten as far as they've gotten. But everybody is not sadistic, and you know what I'm saying? I think it's more dangerous, even though the psychological harm could be more dangerous when you got somebody humiliating you in front of a bunch of people. But I think there's other consequences and repercussions for the other people under the other leader, because you're just getting drained. You're just getting drained energetically. You're getting drained financially. It's crazy. So anyway, but listen, like I said before, I'm not sorry for them. Okay, I only sorry for true victims. True victims are people that don't know better. True victims are caught up. Okay, and they can't see it. Okay, at a certain point, when I realized I need to get the hell out of this church, and I left, and I never looked back. Okay, I have family members that have gone back, not me. Okay, maybe it's the Virgo in me. I'm done. Okay. And I just don't put up. I haven't gone to church in years, but I'm the type of person that I don't even put up with shit. If you're talking some bullshit, I'm going to just quietly walk out, because I don't have time. See, I'm at a place in my life, I don't need to sit and listen to anybody's shenanigans. If you're talking some fool-la-la, I'm leaving. That's why I just don't go anymore. Anyway, pillow talk with Bay. I've dated a man. I used to tell him he could be a preacher because the way he could mind control people. I'm going to read this again. Okay. I've dated a man. I used to tell him he could be a preacher because the way he could mind control people. Let me tell you, I went to a whole Christian college for undergrad. Okay. I had friends who were going, they were studying to be pastors and preachers or whatever. And some of them were really good, but some of the things that I saw was like, yo, I remember after I left that church, I saw another angle. So, one thing with my old pastor was he wasn't into money, and like, he just wasn't into like whatever money he collected, it was for the church or for the people. So, I'm gonna give him that. But I've been to churches since then where I'm like, I'm not saying you can't look nice and have nice things, but I seen some crazy shit and I'm like, yo, if Sister Paulette said, Pastor, I need $500 to help pay my rent this month, will you do it? Because I see you got on some designer shoes. You got 3 vehicles, okay? Like, just it's just crazy stuff that I'm like, yo, people in here can't even pay their rent. And you out here with, like, it's just crazy. Like, I see some levels of stuff that I'm like, yo. Anyway, and y'all heard about Joel Osteen's church? Ciao. That's a whole nother topic. Anyway, mind control and brainwash. Thank you for sharing Pillow Talk with that. Mind control and brainwash mentality, just like the Daddy's Girls. Okay, so I'm so glad Benzone said this. I need to, Benzone, what is the I know Come Get This Commentary. I've seen her with some thumbnails, so I need to go watch her video. But could you guys please write in the chat if you have any recommendations of other content creators who break this down really well, especially for a beginner, because I don't even know anything about this. I saw it and I'm like, I've been adding videos to my playlist, but sometimes I forget. So please let me know if y'all know any good places to start. Pillow Talk said, my bestie of 25 years of Virgo. Love y'all, Virgos. Thank you, Pillow Talk. You know what? We are good friends. We make pretty good friends because we're loyal. We're very loyal. You know, I'm not talking to you, but like for people who betray Virgos, I feel bad for them because then it's just a wrap. But I can only imagine what you've seen. Girl, I seen some things. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. When I was done with Juanita Bynum, I used to love me some Juanita Bynum. Okay, and then I went to this church in New Jersey. This is one. See, remember, I left the cult, right? And I love this church, and this church was really good because not the cult, but the new church. They always had guest speakers, and I got to see like all these people from all over the country and stuff, right? Sometimes all over the world. It was really cool church. Loved it. It was like great energy. It was a lot of Black people, no shade, but it was like, but it wasn't just like, I grew up in a West Indian church, so that was very Black, but this was like more diverse. It was a lot of different type of Black people, which I think could be very healthy. I love my culture, but it's good to be around different people sometimes. So it was a great church. And then I went to, they had like I forget what it's called, convocation or something. I don't remember, girl. This is how out of church I am. So anyway, Juanita Bynum came. This is before she had her fall. You know, her fall from glory. Not really, but you know, before we started hearing a whole bunch of F-ish behind her name. Juanita Bynum, I loved Juanita Bynum. I looked up to her so much, loved the way she spoke, thought she was like strong. And this is when I was done with her. And I started to be like, yo, this is a little slippery. This church game is slippery. Juanita Bynum spoke, and I'll never forget. She said at the very end, this isn't just her that did this, but I seen her and another preacher did this. One of them is dead. I forget his name. Damn, I can't remember his name. He's light skinned. I think he ended up like having a lot of affairs and stuff. And I don't remember where he's from, but he died. He was young. His name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. Anyway, Juanita Bynum came and said she was going to sell these prayer rugs. Now, peep game to the peep game. She didn't say she was going to sell them. She waited until the altar call, guys. I want y'all to catch this, and I hope I'm doing the story justice because it's a long time ago. She did an altar call, a regular altar call. No, she did this first, and then she did the regular altar call. And she said, I got 120. What did she say? She said she had a set number of prayer rugs that she prayed over in another country. I don't know what it was, Egypt, and it was anointed. And she was just saying all this stuff. And she was spinning this donkey story about how she had a set number of prayer rugs and how they were just super infused with the glory of God. These are my words, not hers, but I'm just trying to get, she just put everything up in there. Okay. And she said, I could have sworn it was like $125. She's like, God's saying the first 10 people to come up here and get these prayer rugs, he's going to bless you. I'm just going to repeat that. Okay. She's not giving out these prayer rugs, guys. She didn't sell these on her website. Let's say she wanted to sell them. She said, yes, binge. Yep, that's him. That's him. She said the first however many people who come up here and get these, purchase these, if you put an offering, matter of fact, let me change the words. This is what was the messed up part about it. If you sow a seed of $125, God's going to bless you. And so the people that run up to the front, I said, I could not believe it, guys. Oh, I lost my spot. Let me see if I can find it because I wanted to make sure I read your comments. I said, what is this, Jesus? She said that, and I never looked at her the same. This is before all the stuff, we found out all the stuff about her. I never looked at her the same because I said, this is the same. There wasn't any money tactics at my old church, but I felt the same energy of manipulation. And I said, oh no, ma'am, Pam. And Zachary Timms, shout out to Bench. Thank you for reminding me. Zachary Timms, back when he was alive, he also visited that church, the new church that I had went to. And he did something else similar. He said I had, now you have to realize, this is the first time I realized these preachers get thousands of dollars sometimes to be guest speakers. Okay. I'm not saying they shouldn't be compensated if that's what they do for a living. So I want to be clear, but I just think it's just crazy. I just think that's crazy. But anyway, he got these people are getting paid thousands of dollars and they still come and they do love offerings for them. So Zachary Timms came and he was like, I'm weird with numbers. So I remember numbers sometimes, right? Sometimes I don't remember certain details, but I could have sworn it was like $68.19. He was like something about if you sow a seed, just this arbitrary number. If you sow a seed, God is saying to X amount of people. Same thing Juanita Bynum did. And I think this happened before Juanita Bynum. God is saying, if you sow a seed of $68.19, he's going to do this. Da, 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 da. And of course, people took off and ran up to the front and put their checks and all this stuff. And he did a special prayer over them. And I'm thinking those were the signs that I started to see. This is when and I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I respect everybody's religious beliefs. Heck, I still believe in God, so it's just, I can't do church. I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm not telling y'all not to go to church. Please don't think this is me trying to tell people what to do. I'm just sharing how I feel. I just can't do church because there's just a lot of bullshit. And so that was some of the early signs I saw that I was like, oh no. Anyway, let me read these comments. Playing on people's emotions, providing validation, and bogus security. So when I heard that he had passed away, I think I was still in undergrad then. I don't remember. I remember when, but he died. And then a lot of salacious stories came out about him and stuff. And I was like, damn. Again, I think salacious stories came out about Juanita too. And that's when I learned these people are just flesh and blood like the rest of us. Don't put anybody on a pedestal. You could have people you admire. You could have people that you learn from. But from those moments, I stopped. First of all, I never worship anybody. I've never been that type of person. But I stopped thinking that so-and-so is better than me or they're more anointed than me or whatever word. I don't even use that word anymore. But just I stopped that shit because I'm like, you're just like me. Okay. And some of y'all are super gifted and some of y'all are full of shit. And some of y'all are both. You're gifted and you bamboozle people out of money and energy for your own gain. Playing on people's emotions, providing validation and bogus security. Okay. Sean David. Oh, yes. I love Sean David Way. Actually, I need to make sure I'm subscribed to him because I don't think I've gotten any notifications. Thank you so much, Slim Thick. I'm going to check it out. He's very thorough. Just Blaze says Sean David did a really good series on Daddy's Girl Cult Leader. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Thank you guys. Pillow Talk said yes. Come get this commentary. It's the best. Haven't seen anyone else break it down like her. Yeah, I definitely have her video in my playlist, so I need to watch it. I love Kiva. She's really good. Sounds like elevation. Sorry, you know what? I was talking so much Pillow Talk. Please tell me. It says this. Elevation is the last church I've been to and will ever go to. Okay. This was child, because the internet is just so, I want to say the name of it, there are good things about that church, but like I don't want to. It's like they're a bigger church. So I don't know, but it's not Elevation, but it's a church in New Jersey. Hello, I remember that. Yes, it's crazy. I mean, she was selling clothes and what? Oh, see, so people still be up to it. I'm telling you, they still be up to the shenanigans. Blessed be the. Ah! Oh no, said no. God's gonna bless you with my coin. Okay. Oh no, it's just crazy. And I'm gonna tell y'all again. This is me. This is my own personal decisions. I'm not telling anybody what to do, and I don't want to put down anybody's religious beliefs. So I believe like people should be able to believe what they want to believe, unless it's harming them. But after a while, I don't even like when I did go to churches, I stopped tithing. I would just donate. I would find an organization and donate, especially if it was a church that like didn't really help their like help their congregation, like for people who were like low income or needed help. I just stopped giving money. I was like, no, I'm gonna give this money to an organization. I'm gonna help feed some kids somewhere. That's what I would do. I'm not doing that now, so I'm not trying to. I don't want to be fake, but I did. After a while, I started to do that. Or there was this local organization. They were also Christian, and they would do like after school programs with kids, and I would give money to them because I said, at least I know this person. I used to work here, and I see what they do. Lordy, I'm so tickled right now. The manipulation tactics is what I do not like about churches now. Yes, it's become a business. Churches have ATMs in them. They encourage people to take money off their credit card. Do you know if you're withdrawing money off of your credit card, do you know how that interest rate is higher? Like never, unless you're in a bind, never take cash off of your credit card because you're gonna get smoked. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's just evil. Remember the prayer lines 10, 25. Yup, binge. Yup. I would be sad my broke self couldn't join. Girl, listen, don't feel sad because I was the same way. I used to be like, man, I wish maybe God didn't bless me enough. I wish I had $68.19. And that's what I'm saying. That's the mind F that goes with it. Okay. Yes. Oh, don't get me started on TBN, honey. And what's that damn man's name? What is his name? He just looked evil. He's like an old white man, and he's mad, like conservative, like mad conservative. Is it Pat? I don't remember his name, but he just gives me bad vibes. Oh no, Savage, we were on our own. Like the Houston family. I wish I had $68.19. Go God could bless me. Ooh, child. Oh, hey, Total Flame. I believe that we are coming up on the age of Aquarius. Church attendance is dropping. I'm going to co-sign that, Total Flame. I do think this is also a part of the energy that I'm feeling. I absolutely agree with you. My guilt for attending church has left years ago. I used to feel so guilty, and I don't anymore because it's not about that. It's about your own practices and things like. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. That's just how I feel. Some people need church. Some people like that is like their fellowship time and they're with other people. So church does different things for different people. That is, but I'm a whole introvert, so I don't got to. I just hang out with people I want to hang out with. That is what I do. Donate directly to families. Exactly. Because you know where it's going. Yes, donate your time into the community is how you be blessed. Okay. Exactly. Oh no, said Total Flame. I concur. See, same energy, same wavelength. Hey, Shish Trish, child, I'm so behind. Y'all know I'll be running my mouth and then I'll be going back. When they start playing that tithing music, I leave. Slim Thick. I love Slim Thick. They be playing that give money music. Listen, guys. See, y'all think it's just the entertainment industry that manipulates the music to mess with people. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. especially those of us, I believe this is just my thoughts. Okay, it's not research or scientific, who have like African ancestry. That shit is just in your blood, like the music, right? And it invokes emotion for a lot of people. So that's all I'm gonna say. Moving right along. Check out Trish's video from yesterday. I got very aggravated trying to get to December 16th tea. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, if you don't know, don't worry, you're not missing out. Okay. It's not important. It's just something that I was curious about. So she did very excellent. She did 2 videos. I didn't see the one in the evening. I think the later one in the night, but she did a great job breaking it down. She had an inside source. There was a lot of other people. I didn't even click on their video because I was like, you're just bullshitting. Like one person who I clicked on their video, it was very clear they were regurgitating false information, and that drives me insane. So check out her videos if you're interested in the events that occurred yesterday in Baltimore. Yes, we are in the age of Aquarius. Thanks, Benj. Benj, I'm gonna email Benj because I want to interview her. Slim Thick said, I am an Aquarius. Yes, you know what? I don't know about you guys. I don't meet a lot of Aquariuses. I feel like you guys are rare gems. It's the zodiac sign I meet the least. It's crazy. Yeah. Sister said, how are you? I'm well. So glad to see you, boo. I'm doing good too, love. Yes, like your videos were on point yesterday. Okay, I was getting my life in between work and stuff. I was like, yes, I'm on it. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, a whole trance. See, Pillow Talk knows what I'm talking about. Okay, and I've been a victim of those things. Like, yeah, that's psychology to make you give and evoke crying. Let's leave that up here for a few more seconds. Okay. Ben says some pastors really start off with a good intent. Yes, they do. Yes, shout out to the pastors with the good intention. And some of them start off good, and then unfortunately they get sucked in. Okay, not all of them, but some. Okay. Pillow Talk said, Trish, can you drop the link to your channel? Yes. Please, Trish, please drop your link if you're still here. One of the things I love are people who give good information and get to the point. Okay. Some of these other people, they was just pulling stuff out their booty hole, and they didn't even have any direct sources. And I'm like, where are you getting this information from? Okay. Are you getting I was so irritated. I don't like when people play with me like that. Just be like, girl, we're gonna talk shit. I don't know either, but let's talk shit. I can get down with a video like that. But don't come and act like you got the tea and you don't, and you're just creating the tea. Okay, you just brewed it and it's Lipton, okay, and it's not even organic. Get the fuck out of here. Oh no, said Trish been over there working hard. She sure has. The ops are pissed. Oh no, sis. Not only are they pissed, okay, they tried to come back and say, we got the exclusive. Girl, you don't got no damn exclusive. That was one of the videos I refused to click on because I said this is a bunch of fakery. Okay, you said you weren't going. We don't want to hear what you have to say. We don't care about who Amanda is. Trish got the real tea. Okay, stop it. These people I cannot stand compulsive liars. And then just make shit up. And then I seen Rita. I'm like, Rita looked nice. I didn't watch her whole video. And I didn't even Rita's video, I didn't get no information from. That's what I'm saying. Check out Trish's video. If you want the tea, check out her video. Okay. She gets straight to the point. Okay. Y'all know we don't mince words around here. Slim Thick on the money with that one. Yup. Y'all on it, man. Y'all on it. I have noticed a lot of pastors have been working overtime online since the pandemic. Yeah, because some of them had to get real jobs. See, not everybody is mad that they can't meet. Okay. Some people are mad because of the money flow. Some people, not all. There's definitely pastors out there who care about their congregation and they care about their people and they care about what they like, what they believe in. But there's other people. I'm sure this exposed a lot of people who are just in it for the money. Okay, Trish. Total Flame said, thank you at Bench Stinker. I thought we was on the ass end of the Pisces. Okay. Facts. I was so proud. I was very proud of her. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. I just don't like people playing with me. Like if it's meant to be a shoot the shit live, there are shoot the shit lives that are entertaining, but don't come and act like you got the tea and then you're just no. Fi steals my content all the time. I proved it yesterday. She sure did. I didn't listen to it, but based on what I heard, well, first of all, it sounds like it was a bastardized version of what you did, Trish. Like you actually, the first video I clicked on from Trish, I even paused it. I had to run and go do a workout with my friend. And I said, I got to come back and listen to this because I can tell from within minutes of the video that Trish had an inside person. Okay. She was on it. And just some of these people, they love tech people for food. See, because they got a lot of fools around there, so they think we're fools too. No, ma'am. Okay, so I can definitely believe that because she's a professional thief anyway. Oh no, it's more to come. Oh, I can't wait, girl. I still have to watch your video from last night. Pillow Talk says, Trish, can you drop it? Oh yeah, Trish, drop your link, girl. Drop your link here. Let me see if I can. Oh Lord, StreamYard again. Let me see if I could just go to her channel real quick, and then I could post it. Pardon me, guys. All right. There you go, guys. That's her link. So check her out. But as usual, because I always have so much fun with y'all. I'm bad. I need to go. I need to go get ready for my day. I gotta go take a shower and get ready, and then I gotta call the post office because they fucking up. But guys, you're welcome, love. I had so much fun with y'all. I just like seriously, I have so much fun because I love my people because we can laugh and we can kiki, but we can go deep into like the spiritual side of things, and we can also learn things from each other. And so I just want to let y'all know I really appreciate y'all so much. Okay. Let me tell you something. It may sound corny, but when I have 10, 15 people in the live and it's a solid conversation, I don't even think about numbers. For me, it's the quality of the conversation. That's what's important to me. I really focus on the quality of conversation. So sometimes when people make fun of other people, like they don't got no views, to me, yes, it's nice to get more views, but I am all about the content and the intensity of the conversation. So I just want to say thank y'all for everybody who's here, who dropped down, even if you're in the bushes watching, but thank y'all for contributing to the conversation, because I love to hear what you think and feel as well. And I appreciate that so much. I tried to find it, but couldn't, LOL, but I like to watch like-minded people. Yes. Check out all the content creators in the chat. Pillow Talk, Shush Trish, Ben Stinker, Oh No, okay, Tiffany, Peace, Love, The Chocolate Bay. Please forgive me if I forget anybody. And if you are a content creator, and I missed you, sometimes I don't know. Hey, Zion Movements, please just drop down. But yes, guys, I just really appreciate y'all so much. All right, subscribe to these people in the chat because they're on point. All right, if you like these conversations, you're gonna like theirs too. Okay. Yes, you too, love. I'll see you. I'll be over there. Have a fantabulous Friday, y'all. YouTube binge. Thank you. Shout out to my sous chef. Oh no, please check out her channel. Okay, check out sister's channel. All right. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. This was a whole vibe. Yes, yes, yes. Oh no, I'm gonna call you. I think I'm done. Like I think it's a 2. No, I have a 2. After I have my last person, I'm gonna call you, sis. Okay. So I know we're on a different time zone. Thank you, Presha. I sub. Thank you, love. Zion Movement. Shout out to Zion Movement. Shout out to Just Blaze. Okay. These are my esoterical people here. I'm mad I'm working the camera tab. That's okay, sis. Thanks for being here. I felt you. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. Oh no, yes, get to Clash Just Live. Unapologetically Curious. She's another one. Really good content. I like smaller lives, LOL, because of social anxiety. See, you know what? I feel so much safer and calmer too. Unapologetically Curious. I do too. Yes, check her out. She also has good content. Have a great day, Presha. Thank you, guys. I love y'all. Happy Friday. Okay, listen, enjoy your day. All right, have fun and be safe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Let me see if nope, I don't even have time to play the outro music, guys. Let me take my ass off of here because I got to go bathe. No problem, sis. I'm here with the baby. Say, okay, so I'm gonna call you. Love you. Oh no. Thanks for the shout out and have a great weekend. You're welcome, love. All right, guys. Sorry, I gotta go, but have a wonderful, beautiful Friday. I'll see you guys in the bushes or on the channel, depending on. Sometimes I'll be in the bushes. Yes, please drop your link. I'm gonna give a few more seconds so people can drop their links. Maybe I'll play part of the song so we can give people some time, but then I'm ending it. Bye, y'all.